Most people are waiting for a reason to change, a breakdown, a breakthrough, some moment dramatic enough to justify starting over. But what if the reason your life hasn't changed is because you're waiting for a signal that will never come? Nothing collapsed, nothing exploded, and yet something inside you feels quietly unfinished. In this video, you'll see how an ordinary modern man changed his life without intensity, without reinvention, and without chasing motivation, by adopting a set of tiny Japanese habits that work precisely because they don't look important. This is not about discipline through force. It's about alignment through small, almost invisible choices. Over the next minutes, you'll see how these habits reshape focus, health, purpose, and inner stability, not overnight, but permanently. Because the most dangerous belief isn't that change is hard. It's that it has to be obvious. Chapter 1. Kaizen. How Daniel stopped sabotaging himself. Daniel didn't change anything big. He changed the first minute of his day. The alarm rang, just like always. No new morning ritual, no cold shower. He stayed in bed, just not as long as before. He sat up 1 minute earlier. That was all. Kaizen means continuous improvement through tiny steps, roughly 1% at a time. Steps so small that the brain doesn't resist them. No inner struggle, no motivation required. Daniel applied this principle everywhere. At work, he wrote one clear to-do line instead of planning the entire day. When exercising, he did a single movement before deciding whether to do more. In the evening, he read 1 page, even on bad days. The crucial part was this: he allowed himself to stop after the minimum, and because of that, he didn't stop. After a few weeks, Daniel noticed something subtle. Discipline no longer felt like pressure, it felt like habit. Kaizen didn't change his speed, it changed his direction. Chapter 2. Ikigai. How Daniel discovered why he even moves at all. Daniel had energy, but no direction. Every day made sense, and yet felt interchangeable. Ikigai describes the inner reason for getting up in the morning, not as a grand life vision, but as the intersection of what you enjoy, what you're good at, what is needed, and what sustains your life. Daniel started with an experiment. No resignation letter, no journey of self-discovery. For 1 week, he simply observed when time disappeared, not while scrolling, not in meetings, but while doing something he had almost forgotten he loved, explaining complex things in a way others could understand. So he built that into his days. He helped colleagues. He wrote short explanations. He said yes more often to tasks that required this ability. Not more work, more alignment. You can do this immediately. Pay attention to what holds your focus without forcing it. Daniel realized that once meaning appeared, control became unnecessary. Ikigai didn't make work easier, it made it worthwhile. Chapter 3. Harahachi-bu. How Daniel learned to stop in time. Daniel was never excessive, but he always went to the limit, until the plate was empty, until the email was answered, until the day drained him completely. Harahachi-bu means stopping at around 80%, while eating and symbolically in life, not out of deprivation, but because body and mind signal their limits with delay. Daniel started at lunch. He ate more slowly, put the cutlery down between bites, and stopped, even though there was room left. Then he transferred the idea. He left work before exhaustion set in, ended conversations before they turned heavy, closed tabs before his mind went blank. If you want to apply this, try this. Once a day, stop consciously earlier than you're used to. Daniel discovered something important. Energy doesn't disappear when you protect it. It returns. Chapter 4. Shinrin Yoku. How Daniel allowed his nervous system to catch up. For a long time, Daniel thought his problem was lack of time. It was overstimulation. Shinrin Yoku means spending time in nature, without a goal, without input, so the nervous system can regulate itself. No training, no performance. Once a week after work, Daniel went for a walk. Not jogging, not talking on the phone, just walking. The phone stayed in his pocket, sometimes at home. At first it felt useless, then quiet, then necessary. You can adopt this immediately, 30 minutes. Slowly, no purpose. After a few weeks, Daniel noticed changes. His sleep became deeper, his thoughts slower, not because he controlled them, but because he stopped feeding them. Chapter 5, Wabi Sabi, how Daniel stopped correcting himself. For years, Daniel had tried to appear better. Wabi Sabi made that unnecessary. This principle recognizes beauty in the incomplete and impermanent, not as an excuse, but as reality. Nothing is perfect, and nothing has to be. Daniel stopped smoothing every detail. Emails became less polished, projects remained unfinished, but honest. He let himself be visible. You can do this today. Leave something intentionally imperfect without explaining it. Daniel noticed something unexpected. The less he optimized himself, the less energy he lost. Wabi Sabi didn't take anything away. It gave space back. Chapter 6, Omoyari. How Daniel understood his impact. Daniel began asking himself a simple question: how am I for others right now? Omoyari is anticipatory consideration, consciously thinking of others before they have to react. He spoke more quietly. Didn't block people's way. Left places cleaner than he found them. You can do this immediately. Make one person's day easier today without mentioning it. Daniel realized that the less friction he created, the calmer his inner world became. Chapter 7, Kintsugi. How Daniel stopped hiding his fractures. For a long time, Daniel believed a successful life was one where as little as possible visibly went wrong. Mistakes had to be corrected, breaks concealed, weaknesses replaced quickly. Kintsugi turned that logic upside down. In Japan, broken objects aren't thrown away. They are repaired with gold, not to hide the damage but to highlight it. The crack remains, but it carries weight. Daniel applied this principle to himself. He stopped pretending his story had been smooth. A wrong decision that cost him years. A relationship he failed, a period where he lost himself. In the past, he would have hidden these chapters. Now he saw them differently, not as proof of inadequacy, but as moments where he was forced to reassemble himself. Kintsugi doesn't mean being proud of pain. It means no longer denying it. Daniel stopped justifying his fractures. He integrated them. If you want to apply this principle, start with a simple shift in perspective. Stop calling a mistake a flaw. Call it a seam, because what has been repaired has endured strain. And what has endured strain carries more weight than something never tested. Daniel understood something essential. He didn't need to be flawless to be stable. On the contrary, it was precisely where he had been broken that he had become most capable of carrying weight. Chapter 8, Gammon. How Daniel stayed quiet when things became difficult. When something went wrong, Daniel changed his behavior, not the situation. Gammon means carrying difficulty without dramatizing it. Pain is acknowledged, but not constantly repeated. He didn't tell everyone about it. He didn't write it down. He took the next necessary step. If you want to practice this, try this. For one day, don't talk about your biggest problem. Act instead. Daniel noticed something subtle. What isn't constantly spoken about loses its power. Gammon didn't make him hard. It made him calm. Daniel didn't become a different person. He became coherent, not through a dramatic shift, but through small, clear decisions he could repeat every day. And at some point, he realized something quietly profound. He was no longer waiting for change. He was already living inside it,